And let's see if we're going to start here soon.
There we go.
There we go. Good morning, Sheila. How are you doing today?
Wayne, I'm doing really well. How about yourself?
I am doing fine. Thank you very much.
Good.
And welcome to our listeners. Welcome to 27 Minutes with Sheila and Wayne, where we talk about skills and verbs that have been learned, forgotten, misused, and or totally abandoned as we are attempting to change the world one verb at a time. And Sheila, what is our verb for today?
Our verb for today is to welcome, which means to greet someone in a glad, polite, or friendly way, or to meet or receive.
Oh, welcome. And I have one, to be pleased about and encourage or support something,
Okay.
to meet and speak to someone in a friendly way when they arrive. And the last one I have is to accept with pleasure the occurrence or presence of.
Okay.
And I thought, how delightful.
I
Now,
know it is a great word.
it is a great word, but I'm going to tell you, I struggled.
Okay. How did you struggle?
The first time when you told me what the verb was, and we are going to do
I
some
did.
research,
You did pause for a few minutes.
I did. And I said, welcome. I'm like, wow, okay, welcome. And I just said, oh, welcome. I said it like 3 or 4 different times. And I go,
Okay.
nothing's coming to me.
Yeah.
And then I thought, oh, wait. Oh, here's a bunch of things. And then it dried up real quick. And I thought, all right. So I said, oh, I'm going to have to put a little bit of gray matter and welcome that into my research habits here and see what
Okay.
I can come up with. And I think, and then I found something. I
Oh, it's
think
always fun when you find that vein, isn't it?
it is, yes. And so I did. And that's what I'm going to be talking about today. I'm going to be
Okay.
talking about a comparison,
Okay.
almost like a translation from
Okay.
when you use the term welcome at home
All right.
to how that can possibly be, the perspective can also be a different perspective at work using that same thought
Ah,
process.
it's interesting because one of the thoughts I came up with was how to use the home version to make work a better place.
Oh, wow.
So yours is saying differently, and I'm saying the same.
Ladies and gentlemen, we
No,
did not look at each other's papers. We did not
that's
even
right.
talk about this. It just happens this way. Sometimes serendipity just makes it fun.
So I do have a little question to ask, and we'll get the answer at the end of the show. And I'm sure you have one also, a little
Okay.
trivia question.
All right.
Mine is, and it fits in with this topic. Oh, I hope I'm not giving it away. What is the informal national motto of Australia?
Wow. The informal national motto of Australia.
Correct. So don't
Okay.
answer it now,
All
but
right.
remind me at the end, and I'll remind me too.
Okay. And mine is, what is the most commonly used verb in the English language?
To be. Oh no, I won't say.
And and don't answer that because
Right.
I will give the answer at the end.
You know,
I
I
think
almost spit out
I
a
think
guess
you
there.
may know it though, but that's okay.
How many verbs? Okay.
Uh-huh.
Very good. Okay.
Yes,
So
exactly. Go ahead.
go ahead.
You, ladies
Oh,
first.
well, one of the things that I do as as we come up with a new verb is to listen for that week about how it's used in everyday English. You know, when I hear someone say that word, I think, okay, how are they using that one? So these are the different ways I heard welcome this week.
Okay.
Just a few minutes ago, you said, welcome to 27 Minutes with Sheila and Wayne. So
I
that was a
did.
good one.
I
You did,
did.
yeah. So we have a welcome mat in our house given to us by our dog Zeke's best friend, Nancy. And it says, welcome to Zeke's house. And in much smaller letters, it says, Fred and Sheila live here too. So welcome mat. There's welcome aboard, a welcome reception, welcome home. That's always a good one. There are welcome wagons in some communities where someone, if you move into a new neighborhood, someone will come by and give you little gifts and little
Oh,
ideas about
yes.
good places to get gas and grocery shop, etc. There's you are welcome. There's welcome back. That's another good
Ah,
one. And when you cross in the United States, when you cross a state border when you're driving, there are often, frequently, welcome signs as you go from one state to the other.
yes. How cool is that?
Yeah.
Yes. All right. So many welcomes there. Yes. And to substitute what you just did with
Okay.
mine,
All right.
we started from the same place.
Oh, okay.
Because as I said, I'm going to talk about some parallels that we have at home and at work using the verb welcome.
Okay.
One is welcoming guests into our home.
Okay.
And at work, we welcome new employees and visitors
Mm-hmm.
into our spaces.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought that was kind of cool. How about this? Welcoming our favorite meal at home, our favorite meal.
Oh.
And I said a perspective at work could be repeated performances.
Ah.
Oh, we liked it when we did this, when we did XYZ and got this result. Let's see if we can't do that again.
Ah, and get the same result or better. Good.
Exactly,
I
right?
like it. Yep.
Yes,
Yep.
yes. Okay. And then how about welcoming new family members, like
Ah.
a new little baby?
Mm-hmm.
So we can, at work, we can welcome new team members.
Mm-hmm. That's an
And
idea.
at the same time, when someone gets a promotion to the next level and the next cadre of individuals, they would welcome them into their now smaller circle of who, whatever that is.
Ah, yes.
Yes, yes. So I found a lot of parallels, at least from my little perspective brain here, and that's what I'm going to do for the rest of the podcast today on welcome. But first of all, because I forgot last time,
Yes, please. How
please.
can people reach you, Wayne?
What? Yes. Wow. How'd you know? So I can be reached at www.mindsyncing.com. That's MINDSYNCING.com. That's my website. And guess what? If you go to my website, you can click on podcast in the upper right, and you'll find all of our podcasts that we've done. Um, gosh, for the past, what, year and 2 months now. How about that?
That's something.
And email wayne@mindsyncing.com. And Sheila, how can we find you?
My website is zekeandsheila.com.
And how can we contact you?
Well, I was going to give the email address for zekeandsheila.com, but it is currently under construction again. so, so you can
Okay.
reach me by sending a message to Wayne at mindsyncing.com.
There you go. Okay. And I will certainly forward those emails to Sheila, particularly if it's complaints.
Absolutely. I take all the complaints, and that's why my email is under construction. Just
Okay.
kidding.
Yeah, that's all right. So welcome. But welcome is such a cool word. It really is.
Yeah.
And have you ever said the word welcome without a smile? Because when you say welcome, it's almost an automatic smile. I looked at it in the mirror. I
Oh.
did. And I said,
Ah,
welcome. And it's a smile.
you're right. You're right. Your lips automatically lift. Well, the only time I can think of where I um, said welcome, you're welcome without a smile was when our parents, as young kids, say, okay, apologize to each other. Okay, now say you're welcome. You're welcome. Not very gracefully.
Yeah, yeah, I get that. Okay. Here's another one of my home to work parallels for the
Okay.
word welcome. Conversations at the dinner table. How
Mm.
about open communication amongst team members and groups?
Hmm.
Same kind of thing, right?
Especially around a meal. Breaking bread together really helps break down barriers.
It does. It does. Like at a picnic, a group or team
Yes,
picnic. How about
yes.
that?
Yeah,
Yes. And we're
yeah,
eating
yeah.
hot dogs and hamburgers and talking about, ooh, yeah, let's talk about Wayne because I don't like him.
Oh no, that's not how it works. Besides, no one doesn't like Wayne. That's two negatives.
Ah, you're kind.
Everyone likes Wayne.
I don't think so, but that's okay.
Okay.
Thank
All
you.
right. Yeah, that's okay. Okay.
Do you have any quotes for us today?
I have some quotes. First
Oh,
one, my favorite, is Max Eastman, and it said kind of the thing you just said. A smile is the universal welcome.
wow.
Yeah.
Again, ladies and gentlemen, we do not, we
Did
do
you get
not,
that same quote?
I did not. I didn't
Okay.
look for quotes.
Okay.
I did not look for quotes. Go ahead. Another
Well,
one?
this one is a little bit different twist. This is Harriet Tubman, who in our country was a former slave who helped other slaves find freedom in the North prior to the Civil War. By using what we called the Underground Railroad, which wasn't a real
Yes.
railroad, but a path with homes that were welcoming people along the way and helping hide them. So hers was, I had crossed the line, meaning the line from the south to the north. I was free, but there was no one to welcome me to the land of freedom. I was a
Mm,
stranger in a strange land.
mm.
And I have something to talk about related to that here. But my third quote is Josh Radner, and I don't know who he is, but he says, and I agree, time off from the news is always something I welcome.
Wow. Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
can only take
'Cause-
so much news. So, but the thing that I thought of with the Harriet Tubman quote was, or the thing that I found in my research was that in January of 2023, the United States State Department launched the Welcome Corps, similar to the Peace Corps that we have had for many decades. It enables private sponsors uh, to enter a program to help support legal refugees coming to the country in their first couple of months of settling them in.
Okay. Well, that sounds kind
The
of
Welcome
fun.
Corps. Yeah.
Yes. Sounds pretty cool. Almost like the the honor flights, right? When
Yes.
people meet the vets coming off the airplane at the airport terminals and train terminals and things. Just a round of applause to say thank
Mm-hmm.
you and
Mm-hmm.
welcome to our city. Yes. Very
Mm-hmm.
cool. Very
That
nice.
is very nice.
I was looking at my list again here,
Okay.
comparing recipes. Well, you know how on holidays you're in the kitchen and you're comparing recipes.
Yeah.
And I said, okay, how's that parallel work possibly? And I said, ooh, brainstorming,
In the
creativity,
office.
creativity
Yes.
and innovation. Yes.
Yes.
How about
Good.
that?
I like
Yes.
that.
I have another one here, a family
Okay.
meeting. So what do you think of family meeting? How about a board meeting, right?
Yep.
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 Okay. And then another parallel, new painting scheme at the house.
Okay.
Wow.
New decorating. Okay.
New decorating. And I said at work, that could be possibly change.
Ah.
And
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
because a lot of people maybe in the house don't like the accent wall. I thought it was gonna be blue. I didn't know it was gonna be yellow. Um,
Right.
and I have to get used to this. But at work we do the same kind of things. We dig our heels in sometimes. We go, I don't want change.
Right.
And over time we go, you know what? That wasn't bad. I live with that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
The business my husband's company has to do with financial management. And if you are uncomfortable with change, then that is not the industry for you.
absolutely.
Yep.
It's changing all the time, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Yes.
And as a matter of fact, we change all the time too.
Yes, we do.
Because I don't remember the last time I've used whiteout on paper.
I use it on my nails now, but not on paper.
Oh,
You're
is that
right.
right? Because if I use whiteout now, it'd be on my on my computer monitor, and wait a minute,
Kind of messes it
I
up a
was
little
trying
bit.
to blank out that word there. Yes, gosh, that wasn't a welcoming sight
It was
on
a
my monitor.
very welcome invention when it first came out, though.
Exactly.
Yes.
I have dyeing one's hair.
What are you
S-
saying, Wayne?
I'm saying embracing to new ideas
Okay, I like that.
and
Not that
old
I,
ideas that were put on hold.
okay, yeah.
Yes,
And
yes.
but I don't dye all my hairs, just a few of them on the head.
On the head.
Yeah,
Okay, yes.
not so much on
But
the chin. Yeah.
and as I started doing these, I started having fun with some of them. I think, wow, this is kind of cool. And obviously, ladies and
Yes.
gentlemen, this isn't a exact transition from home to work, but it is certainly a perspective or a perception that one could use to interpret, how can I interpret this and translate it into work? So that's all I'm doing with the word welcome and having fun with it.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. Eh,
So, can I
Go
ask
ahead.
you a question?
Yes, ma'am.
What is something you always welcome with pleasure?
A
I
hug,
came up with two things right off the top of my
a,
head.
a hug.
And I'm going to say them so that you have a chance to think about it because
Okay.
it's not good to just stump someone with a question.
All right.
So a baby's laugh
Oh, yes.
and a dog in my lap.
Ah. Okay.
And also another one is last night I someone made at a gathering a dessert called cherries in the snow, and I could eat that breakfast, lunch, and dinner for the rest of my life.
Cherries in the snow.
Cherries in the snow. It's a dessert.
Do tell. What's
I
in
don't
it?
have the recipe.
Oh no. what
I will
what
get it.
what did it look like? What did it taste like?
It was a cake with cherries and some kind of syrup and white, not buttercream frosting, but whipped cream type frosting on the top. It's really good.
Nice.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. I
Okay.
welcome that anytime.
I think I would too. Think I would too. And you said a a pet in your lap, right?
Yes, yes.
I have by by chance I have my next point is getting a pet at home.
Uh, do you
So
have a pet?
welcoming a pet. I do not.
Oh, well, then I strongly encourage welcoming a pet.
Well, but our family is cat and
And
dog dander
yeah,
not friendly.
no, our house is not either, but we take medication because we decided it's a lifestyle we would want anyway. We weighed the risks and the benefits, and the benefits won.
And so my correlation from
Oh,
welcoming a
yes.
pet into the home,
Yes.
so how do we correlate that to work?
Yes.
Adopting a new project and getting
Ah,
all impacted on board with all the things they're going to have to do because of this new project.
Wayne, that is really good advice because so many times a household will get a pet that everybody's going to take responsibility for, and mom ends up having to do all the work.
Yes,
Not happily, not in a welcoming fashion.
14-degree weather outside and you got to
Yep.
walk that dog.
And you grumble the whole time about what the promises that those family members made that they are not keeping.
Yes. Here's one. Knowing the buttons to push at home. And what that means is getting people riled up. And I used to do that with my big brother all the time. I knew exactly the buttons to push.
Oh, yes.
And my correlation to that at work is negotiation, welcoming negotiation, and conflict resolution skills.
Good.
Yes,
Yeah. So important.
it is. How about you? Would you like me to go on?
Well, I have one thought just to deviate for a little bit, and then let's come back to you. And that is, I started going down the research path of you're welcome. And someone said once, this is a little controversial, that instead of saying you're welcome, it's a missed opportunity because it's a moment of power, this person hypothesized. And instead of saying you're welcome, you could say if you do someone a favor, you could say, I know you'd do the same for me, which implies a requirement of reciprocity. And someday I'll come to you and you better do me a favor too. But that does not sound very welcoming.
Welcoming, huh?
No, it doesn't. So instead, the idea is to say, if you feel like your welcome is not adequate, to say, I know you'll do the same for someone else. And
Oh,
then there's not that obligation in there. And sometimes it's oh, yeah, 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 maybe I will. So, and then there are lots of other ways to say you're welcome, as in, it's my pleasure to help you, things like that.
yes, absolutely. And and in and in Spanish, I was taught you could say por nada, meaning, and I was told it means
Hmm.
it was nothing.
Ah, yes,
It was
yes.
easy for me to do that.
Nice.
And I'm thinking, yeah, that's very cool.
That is very cool.
Now, I'm sure all the individuals who are Spanish speakers are out there go, oh, no, he's totally wrong.
You're welcome to contact us
But
at wayne@mindsyncing.com.
that's exactly right. Or Sheila and
Or yeah, if it's a complaint, I'm sorry, Sheila and Zeke at zekeandsheila.com. Oh,
yes.
let's hear some more of your parallels between home and work.
Okay. I have cleaning up. So doing all the dusting and mopping and
Hmm.
vacuuming. I said at work, that means dotting the I's and crossing the T's.
Well, I'm glad to hear you say that because my thought went to the Godfather movie where cleaning up has an entirely different connotation.
Oh yeah, we're not
Y-
talking about that kind of cleanup.
Not
No,
cleaning up the bodies. Okay, good, good, good,
no,
good.
no, that's not welcoming. No.
Okay, no, it is not.
It's- I also have cutting the grass.
Okay.
Now, I said the parallel to that at work could possibly be welcoming everyone to ensure that the total job is being accomplished, because although we have all these fun things we want to do,
Hmm.
someone still has to do the grunt work.
Mm, right.
And cutting the grass could be that grunt work that has to be done. It has to
Hmm.
be done. And so, that's again, that's my welcoming from home transition to work transition.
I like it.
Another one I have is checking the mail.
Hmm.
And what I said there is the leader, the boss, the managers, the supervisors should be checking on their team
Mm.
to see where they are, if they're excited, if they're disappointed, if their morale is high, morale is
Hmm.
low,
Yeah.
whatever that is, but just going on and check, having a welcoming environment to say, how are you doing?
Hmm.
I hope everything's fine. Do you have everything you need? Just, very, very, very checking the mail,
Yeah.
checking the pulse of the organization, if you
Yeah.
will.
Yeah. I like it.
Now, here's one: eating breakfast. What were
Okay.
what were when I was growing up, I always heard that breakfast was the most important meal of the day.
Hmm.
Did you hear that?
I did hear that.
Okay. And I said, all right, if breakfast is the most important meal of the day, what would be the most important thing that we would welcome at work? Keeping your team, your staff, your employees trained, educated, and supplied with resources they need to do the work they need to do.
To fortify them for the work that they're doing. Good. I like that a lot.
Absolutely. Yes. And, and I'm not forcing this to make these work, but they certainly sound plausible
Yes.
to me.
Okay.
I don't know. Here's one: forgiveness.
Mm.
At home, because you love your family, and we tend to forgive them, although my brother and I hated each other growing up, but we still forgave each other because we were brothers.
Yeah.
Um, an open door policy at work. If you've
Ah,
if you've got any problems or concerns, come in. My door is always open.
nice.
And I like that. That was kind of cool.
I do too.
I have timeout, punishment. Ooh, at home.
Oh, if timeout was your punishment, then good on you because
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't.
no, you've spoken before about how it
And I
wasn't, but
still have the
I
whelps
would
on
have
my.
welcomed timeout.
Me too. Did I tell you I made the wrong choice once?
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
And I said at work, timeouts or punishment could be course corrections.
Ah,
Yes,
oh, okay.
I like that. That's all right. How about you? What's next on your list of things to say?
What saying did the fast food franchise Chick-fil-A borrow or usurp from the Ritz-Carlton hotel chain?
I have no idea. What? Tell me.
My pleasure. When someone says thank you, the response is my pleasure.
Oh, okay.
And one of the CEOs of Chick-fil-A went to a Ritz-Carlton and said when they said that, it just was so pleasant and welcoming that they encouraged their staff to do that as well by modeling it himself.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. And, you know what? And it's just like a celebratory attitude, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah.
Particularly if it sounds genuine,
Yes.
as opposed to, yeah, my pleasure. No, 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 my pleasure. And just you can't be mad at that.
Well, and people notice that because it is different from your welcome and stands out.
It does. It certainly does. Huh. Anything else, or shall I continue?
Well, just one thought on my part, and then I would like for you to continue. And that is that several years ago at our office, we were talking, some of the office greeters were talking about how to put on a function, say in a restaurant or a conference room or something, and make and personalize it. And we decided our philosophy would be to act as if you are welcoming people into your living room, and you are the
Mm,
hostess, and it just made it a much more personal experience and gave the greeters much more confidence.
Sounds good. Really.
Yay.
And I like what you said. And I have always had this in the back of my mind um, when I stood in front of a classroom as a
Hmm.
teacher,
Hmm.
professor, whatever, as I stood in front of clients doing leadership development, in
Hmm.
front of executives or whichever group of individuals I was standing in front of, they would always ask me the question or a question, and my answer for most of it in different parts and in different means, I would get this across. What would your mother say?
Hmm.
If you said this to your mom, what would your mother say?
Hmm.
How would you interact with your mom?
Hmm.
And then I would say, if I look in the mirror, would my mom be proud of who's looking back at me?
Oh. Ooh.
And that has always stuck because my mom to me was, I mean, she's still up on a pedestal, God
Hmm.
rest her soul, but she's still on a pedestal, and I never wanted to break her heart. I never wanted
Hmm.
to. I never wanted to. She was, to me, she was the answer to everything. Mom, I have this problem. Can you help me? Yes, she can. She
Mm.
may not have known all the answers, but she certainly pointed me in the right direction. Um, and so I always remember that. I would tell people, would your mom be proud of who's looking back at you
Oh.
in the mirror? I just, mm.
Your mom sounds like a lovely person.
She is. She
Hmm.
is.
Hmm.
And Sheila, I'm looking at the clock and it's
Oh my goodness.
26:19. How about that?
Okay. Well, do
What
you
would you
would
like
want
to do?
I would ask I would like to tell you the
Answer,
informal national motto of Australia.
and that would be,
When someone says thank you, they say no problem. Or excuse me,
oh,
no, they don't say no problem. What it means no problem, they say no worries. No worries. And what they found is it provides a feeling of friendliness and good humor and optimism and mateship and casual optimism, and it rocked around the world dramatically after the 2000 Sydney Olympics when people said, "Hey, no worries. I like that. I'm taking that home."
I like that. No worries.
Yep.
And I think you knew the answer to mine. What is the most commonly used verb in the English language? And it's to be.
I thought so.
I knew you did. I knew you did. Let me get two more. It's 27:15. Let me get two
Okay.
more of my things in here because I
Okay.
want to do this.
Go for it.
All right. When you're at home and you're planning your trip planning. At work, that's called strategic thinking.
Ah.
Aha. And one of my last ones, I have about five others, but I won't talk about those, is supporting each other.
Mm.
We all supported each other in our house. We might not have liked each other all the time, but we
Mm-hmm.
supported. But
Mm-hmm.
that is building, teaching, growing, and succession planning at work.
Mm.
And
Great.
with that, I will ask you, Sheila, would you take us home,
I
please?
will, and thanks, Wayne, for drawing so many parallels about home and work. I really will be pondering those this week. So, thank you, everybody else, for listening, and welcome back next week.
Oh, thank you, everyone. And we'll see you next week. Bye bye.
Bye bye.